After being charged with placing a bag over Quando Rondo's head, Lil Durk is currently incarcerated, and now everything has completely changed. Everyone's heads are whirling due to rumors that Durk was reportedly directing individuals to slip on Block 2, which is becoming viral. There have been a lot of crazy stories on the internet, but let's examine what's really going on with this complicated issue. This is where things start to go wild. Lil Durk's trial was rescheduled for 2026 because prosecutors stated that they required further time to prepare their case. However, Drew Finling, Durk's attorney, isn't merely waiting. Before the case ever goes to trial, he is attempting to shut it down completely, claiming that Bill Ashley's appointment as U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California was wholly illegal. His legal team filed a motion to dismiss Ashley as the chief U.S. prosecutor. That is a very serious charge. And Durk's side isn't the only one after Asa Lee. Other lawyers have already lodged objections, claiming that this man, he shouldn't even be in his current job. Discuss pressure. Here's the problem though. It's a legal chess game, and both sides are trying to win. So even if he is fired, the state can just replace him with another prosecutor and continue the case against Durk. Finding didn't end there though. Additionally, he filed a second motion to have the entire case dismissed. Durk's team claims that the Fed's allegations are far too ambiguous for them to construct a defense at all. In essence, they are claiming that there are several flaws in the government narrative. According to the Feds, Durk told his team in coded language that they would receive money or nice music possibilities if they defeated Quando Rondo. That's a strong assertion. And if that's accurate, it might elevate the entire case to a whole new level. Even though this case is already complicated, things are going to get even more complicated with all of these motions and covert power struggles. More wild. Durk's legal team is retaliating forcefully, accusing the federal government of being unethical. They contend that the defense is kept in the dark and that the prosecution is not even provided with accurate information about the case. According to his attorney, the government's case is so ambiguous that they must speculate as to what the feds are accusing Durk of, which is unfair. They caution the judge that this kind of ambiguity allows prosecutors to manipulate the facts however they see fit, particularly if their witnesses begin fabricating stories in order to obtain a conviction. In essence, Durk's team claims that the federal government is essentially throwing everything at him in the hopes that something will stick. This is when things become considerably messier. Durk's attorneys are requesting evidence to refute the federal government's claim that Durk offered money to the alleged shooters. They are curious about the precise amount of money he allegedly offered and, more crucially, how it was purportedly made. Was it a DMs, a phone call, or a text? They are criticizing the federal government, claiming, these details ought to have been obvious from the start if this argument was that strong. Then, all of a sudden, new court documents surfaced, and people started talking about it. According to the new records, Durk allegedly rapped about it in songs like Who Wants Smoke after being forced by fans to support Vaughn following King Von's passing. He pours them out on my site like a slide for Vaughn in a single sentence. I am aware of their trolling. That line is now being used against him by the feds. They even brought up Durk's previous interview with DJ Academics, in which Durk claimed that fans stopped shouting for Vaughn on the internet following the murder of Quando's cousin Lil Pap. This new documentation claims that witnesses are now attempting to link Durk to an alleged 2021 unsuccessful hit on Quando Rondo. If that's accurate, things have gotten much worse. Additionally, it appears that the federal authorities are doing all within their power to keep Durk confined. Quando Rondo was performing at a performance in Savannah, Georgia. He also rolled out with his team following the show. However, things quickly veered off course. Someone allegedly pulled up on them and attempted to take Quando out in the middle of the road. One of Quando's boys was struck in the hand when shots were fired. The rumors began circulating right away. Online users said that Durk allegedly sent sliders to slide on. When will you exact revenge on Vaughn? That theory initially seemed to suit the narrative, but then things took a completely unexpected turn. Suddenly, fresh purported documents appeared asserting that Durk wasn't solely concentrating on Quando. Block was allegedly under pressure from him as well. Yes, the exact location from whence Vaughn originated. The feds claimed to have text communications between Lil Durk and his friend Boonmo about sliding on Block in 2023 because supposedly Block wasn't returning the favor for Vaughn. That is a startling assertion. It was unbelievable to fans. The feds claimed that in one communication, Durk said, "I'm going to pipe it up," to which Boonmo responded, "Blood is green. Getting shot together now." no phones. That sounds like they were planning something serious. There is even an alleged Durk wanted Boon Mo and the same witness to personally participate in the hit, according to a witness prepared to testify. The feds claim that money from Durk was used to purchase a vehicle for the job, but they called it off because there were too many police officers nearby when they arrived at Oblak. But the tale doesn't stop there. According to the documentation, Durk's primary grievance was with M. Dukes, a well-known OG from Oblak, who had a strong relationship with Vaughn prior to his death. If this is accurate, Durk wasn't merely fighting with foreigners. It was said that he was betraying his own group. The streets are buzzing about what's going to happen next, and the whole scenario is spinning deeper than anyone anticipated. Man Dukes, rapping some bold bars about loyalty and street ties, talking about bodies. I got a few. 4 plus 3, 3 plus 2. I'm King Vaughn. Who are you? We're going to buy them all when they free Duke, King Van yelled in the song Demon. These lyrics sound different now, especially in light of what transpired later. It is said that Lil Durk wanted Man Duke gone in 2023, putting money on his name. However, when Boon Mo and the purported witness withdrew from the hit, nothing really happened. The plan simply fizzled out, at least temporarily. However, things took a dark turn later. After avoiding that purported setup, Man Dukes ended up back in jail on a gun charge in 2024 and died in early 2025. Man Dukes and his close friend Young were shot and killed on the north side of Chicago. No one has been formally arrested for the killings, but the streets have been talking non-stop. Rumors are circulating that Durk may have had covert ties to the same group that pulled the trigger that night. According to several online sources, people are whispering that someone from Glee Gang carried out the hit. Oblak and the Glee Gang used to be close, but everything fell apart when Savage, a member of Glee, allegedly attempted to rob bus stop while he was... Here's where things get really suspicious. Durk allegedly signed a rapper from Glee Gang named Chucky to his crew, despite the fact that Glee Gang was publicly disparaging Mon Dukes and Youngin after their deaths. This move raised a lot of eyebrows. Some say Durk wanted Man Duck gone because he didn't slide for Vaughn, but others say that wasn't the only reason there was. Rumor has it that Durk was furious because Mon Dukes, Durk's own brother, didn't slide for Dethong either. That made things personal. Some claim it was deeper, a combination of street politics, loyalty issues, and power moves. In any case, it's obvious this situation goes far beyond music, and fans are watching every move like hawks. On his track, Moment of rapping, you wouldn't help the day my brothers die. You ends aren't riding with me. I'm not going to speak on the past. When I took it seriously, I had the best 26 years. Talk to my uncle. I did time with him. I don't have any money, y'all. I'm that man. Fans couldn't stop analyzing those bars. In the song, Durk raps, think about what you're saying with me. Look what's going on with the other side. Better think about playing with me. Got paperwork. Don't shake no hands with me. Make an example of the ends I knew long ago because they keep playing with me. I thought Durk was subtly self-snitching, hinting at ordering hits on O-Block through his music. After he threatened everyone, the internet went crazy once more. There's no hard evidence that Durk had anything to do with Mon Dukes and Young's murder, but that's not the end of his drama, not even close. According to the new alleged paperwork, there's another layer to the story. Some fans think he's referring to actual federal files connected to the case, while others think it's just Durk staying in character for the music. Named RICO sent him a menacing message, saying, I got them hunting you up, and you better have 3 ski masks on. That statement alone caused a lot of controversy. It seems that Durk and RICO have a long history of animosity, and Durk even made fun of him on the song Survivor by saying, Rich, please. The money was sent by me. No, go check your receipts. Boner Death and I are not attempting to communicate. According to Trench's News, RICO and some other Luron guys allegedly attempted to extort Durk for money, which is when everything started to spiral out of control. Now, with these text messages, lyrics, and rumors, the situation is looking tenuous. They must not know what happened. You run your mouth too much, you fed. Time's more explosive, and people are wondering just how deep this beef actually goes. Now, the feds are going so far as to say that Durk allegedly put a bag on RICO's head as well. However, this is where things get confusing. RICO recently showed love to Durk on Instagram, saying everything between them was cool. This confused everyone, and even Trench's News intervened, posting what? They claim that there is new evidence linking F to hired hits involving FBG Duck, FBG Cash, and a man named Stephen Mack. However, when people looked more closely, the story quickly fell apart. As you can see, FBG Duck's death had nothing to do with F. The shooting was a chaotic street crash out, not some organized hit, and the idea that F was behind it doesn't match the real case at all. As for FBG Cash, well, he and Durk were public at the time of his death, but that doesn't mean Durk had anything to do with what transpired next. After Cash was shot dead and his body was discovered next to a tree, a terrifying scene that shocked Chicago fans worldwide, people began replaying Durk's song Threats to Everybody and making connections that might not even be there. In the song, Durk raps, "Think I'm playing? You're going to end up by that tree, so come look." Social internet was ablaze with theories after just one line, that he was self-snitching about Cash's murder, but again, there's no proof he had anything to do with it. Then there's Stephen Mack, who was allegedly involved in the murder of Durk's brother, Dang. Some people on the internet claim Durk wanted retribution, but there's no evidence linking him to that either. The purported paperwork that's circulating doesn't even look official. It uses rap names instead of government names, which makes it extremely dubious, which is why most fans and insiders are calling it a hoax. But despite all the rumors, one thing sticks out. The judge has repeatedly denied Durk bond. His team has been working to free him since his initial arrest, but the judge denied it once more in June 2025. Whatever the feds have behind closed doors is sufficient to keep Durk in a cell while the world watches this crazy story unfold. Lil Durk reportedly offered $4.5 million and even put up a plan to be on strict 24/7 house arrest, but the judge abruptly stopped it. The court believed Durk was trying to manipulate the system when the feds moved in, and that didn't work. Prosecutors claim there is evidence of witness tampering, and his team claims he was caught making three-way calls from behind bars, which quickly raised red flags. Then, in August 2025, things got stranger. According to jail staff, they discovered Durk with an Apple Watch, which he attempted to destroy before they could take it. The feds claim that appears to be an attempt to prevent people from testifying, which is one of the reasons they advocated for anonymous juries throughout the trial. They filed motions to protect all information about the jurors, claiming that there is a history of violence and that individuals associated with the crew may attempt to sway the outcome. Prosecutors assert that the purpose of anonymity is to prevent intimidation and ensure the safety of the jurors, but detractors contend that anonymous juries can also tip the scales because jurors don't feel the same scrutiny. In any case, the feds are portrayed as having a dangerous reach. The FBI claims that some of Durk's ardent supporters have exacerbated the courtroom politics, even if he and his inner circle aren't directly threatening witnesses. There are reports that fans have called and threatened prosecutors and even judges, with one caller allegedly saying, "If they give life, I'm going to burn this place down." The judge had to balance safety against transparency. Another allegedly said, "Free Durk, will we blow that place up?" Those calls were made. This case is full of motion filings, drama, and outrageous accusations. It's a legal storm. And on top of that chaos, rumors are circulating that someone inside, nicknamed D, might be cooperating with authorities, which has everyone speculating. Durk and several members were initially scheduled to face the same trial, so any internal flips or snitches could change the entire courtroom game. Nobody is backing down. Things took another crazy turn when Day's attorney filed a motion attempting to keep his case entirely apart from everyone else's. What was written in that motion stunned everyone. Day's legal team even mentioned an alleged voice note, in which Durk allegedly gave instructions regarding money and getaway cars, in addition to the claims that Lil Durk sent out hits on Mon Dukes. Included quotes from Durk's own songs, such as "Smirk," "Slide," "Slide," "Slide." "Don't reply to Saul using Vaughn. Locations are being dropped. I'm finishing it. I also don't want you to catch any Nas. The one I paid for is what I want." Fans went nuts as soon as the document was made public, believing DD was spying on Durk and giving the authorities additional information. But wait, there's no indication that's actually occurring. D's attorneys were attempting to prove that D had nothing to do with Durk's purported plans by citing evidence the feds already possessed, not new information. Essentially, they were saying, "You've already got all this stuff on Durk. Don't involve my client." That didn't stop rumors from becoming viral on the internet though. Even though D isn't speaking, the feds have other witnesses ready to testify. The unsettling thing is that the prosecution doesn't even want the names of these witnesses to be made public because they are afraid something might happen to them before the trial begins. This case has become so intense that witness safety is now a top priority. Meanwhile, Durk is still incarcerated, and his friend Mikey received a life sentence. But the fallout from all of this chaos is reaching NBA YoungBoy. It's amazing how far this beef has gone. Keep in mind that all of this chaos began with the initial conflict between King Von and YoungBoy. Following Van's death, it was said that Durk began dropping bags to exact revenge, the so-called get back plan. During this time, YoungBoy was placed under house arrest and retaliated against Durk via social media and music. But he is now free, moving around, and still entangled in this mess. Even though this beef may have begun years ago, it's obvious that the tension between these camps is still ongoing, and the streets are watching every step. Everyone knew there would be drama if NBA YoungBoy tried to perform in Chicago. Boy even began his tour immediately after being released from prison and planned to perform at the United Center in Chicago, Durk's home city. That move had everyone talking because fans knew that kind of stunt could stir up major drama. The United Center pulled the plug and canceled the show just days before he was scheduled to perform, which infuriated fans, particularly those in Chicago who had been waiting to see him live. However, it appears that the venue wasn't taking any chances with the kind of tension that has been building between YoungBoy's camp and Durk's supporters, and the streets were already heating up before that. At a YoungBoy concert in Newark, New Jersey, things took a wild turn when a guy outside yelled, "Durk." Out of nowhere, he got snuck up on from behind. You can even hear him saying, "Yeah, I said it, Durk is free, free D, free D. What did I say? Music." According to rumors, the guys were connected with OG3, YoungBoy's own brother. That clip became viral in second place. Then another guy jumped in and started swinging, but it didn't end there. A few weeks prior, a group of YoungBoy fans went viral once more, this time for assaulting a 66-year-old employee at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. People were shocked, asking, what's even happening at these shows lately? To top it all off, YoungBoy has been performing his dirt diss songs live on stage, particularly I Hate YoungBoy, which had the entire audience excited but also made venues extremely uneasy. According to sources, this is precisely why the United Center didn't want him to perform in Chicago. The venue reportedly asked YoungBoy not to perform that song, but he refused, and as a result, the entire show was canceled. Meanwhile, Lil Durk is dealing with even more serious issues. With all these accusations, denied bonds, and rumors mounting, it appears that he will be imprisoned at least until the 2026 trial. The drama between these camps isn't slowing down. It's only getting deeper, darker, and much more dangerous. So, if you've been stuck with us through this crazy, the streets never sleep, we're just getting started, and tomorrow's upload is going to be even crazier, even deeper, and absolutely unmissable. Smash that like button, share this video with all your homeboys, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about all this chaos. Now's the time to join the family. Turn those notifications on, subscribe to Rap Uncovered, and don't miss what's coming next. 1. At Rap Uncovered, where the reality of the streets endures.